Hi, I am Subramanian with Durga Software Solutions, Hyderabad. Today, we are going to talk about these soft skills. You know, the word soft skills is a conglomeration of almost 62 skills. There are 62 corporate soft skills are there. Out of them, many of them are going to be useful in our personal, professional and social life. Soft skills will make or mar our life. You know, our technical skills will give us passport for success, but our soft skills will give visa to your success. So soft skills are like a visa, and your technical skills and subject knowledge is like your passport. So now let us see what are those soft skills, especially for job aspirants. Initially, we will talk about these soft skills. What are the most sought after skills we need for landing on our dream jobs? Interview skills, right? And communication skills, interpersonal skills, problem solving skills, decision making skills. Many skills are there. Today, we are going to talk about these under soft skills. We are going to talk about these soft skills, especially for job aspirants. Those are working for interviews, whether you are working for offline, online, campus or off campus interviews. These skills are going to become handy for your success. So what are those soft skills and what are those things we learn and skyrocket our success today? We will see. Interview skills. Interview skills. The moment we listen this word interview, we get scared. Oh, interview, no, I cannot participate, I cannot attend these interviews, because people get afraid of facing the interviews, because you know, interviewers expectations are always like this, and when we work in for interviews with these competencies, they will not match. Most of the times it happens. That is the reason why people are always afraid of facing the interviews. So unless or until we become from this level to that level, we cannot become successful in the interviews. This class is going to help you from becoming from this level to that level. This interviewing skills or interview skills, or this class is going to help you all to make your effort most successful in your interviews. So what is all about interview? Interview is all about the place where one can be assessed multiple skills at one go. Interview is all about a place where one can be assessed, analyzed, evaluated multiple skills. What are those multiple skills the interviewers assess? Let us see this interview skills assessors. INTERVIEW. Generally, we have one tendency in our student life. We think that we always think that interview is all about just asking questions and giving answers. Interview is not all about just asking questions and giving answers. It is all about multiple skills displaying at one go. Displaying multiple skills at one go is not a ordinary task. It is a really Herculean task for many people. It's a really big deal for many people, for freshers especially. Even for experienced people also, when they are walking for interviews, they get scared, they cannot face the interviewer, because that we are not exposed to this taking interviews in our school days and college days. Only when we need job, then we will go for interviews, otherwise we don't go. Right? What is the meaning of interview? Through this meaning, through the definition, we will understand the interviewer's expectations. What are the expectations of the interviewer, and what do they do? How do they ask questions? For behind every single question, there is a reason, there is a meaning, there is a matlab, there is a point. Without reason, they don't ask any question. Let us see what are the questions they ask, what are the reasons, what are the pointers they see, what are the elements, expectations they have behind asking questions. We will now discuss about this. I stands for insight into personality. Insight into personality. I stands for insight into personality. N stands for need and nature. T stands for tenacity of the purpose. Tenacity of the purpose. E stands for evaluation of your background. Evaluation of your background. R stands for reaction to pressure. Reaction to pressure. We generally say pressure. It's not pressure, it's a pressure. P-R-E-S-S-U-R-E, pressure. Like a pressure cooker. Like V stands for vision and visualization. Vision and visualization. I stands for, this is I. I stands for insight. Okay, I stands for interest and imagination. Interest and imagination. E stands for endurance, empathy, and enthusiasm. Enthusiasm. W stands for willingness to work in a team. W stands for willingness to work in a team. As I said earlier, interview is not all about asking questions and giving answers. It is all about evaluating of multiple skills at one go. What are those multiple skills at one go? They assess. Let us see. So I stands for insight into personality. What kind of person you are? So how do they check what kind of person you are? Whether you are positive person or negative person, whether you take the things positively, whether you take the things negatively. They have some questions in their list. What are those questions? How do you take failures in your life? How do you take failures in your life? What are your strategies to tackle these failures in your setbacks in your life? Similarly, if you are not selected in this company, what would you do? If you are not selected in this company, what would you do? Many people get confused in answering the question. If I am not selected in this company, don't worry, many companies are there in the market. Can we threaten the interviewer like that? No, we cannot threaten the interviewer like that. We can only assert ourselves by saying that, sir, if I am not selected in this company, I would realize my mistakes where I went wrong and I would focus on improving those skills. That is how we can assertively convey our communication and grab the attention of the interviewer without losing any emotions. Generally, we lose cool when we are facing resistance, when we are facing some opposition, when we are facing some failure. So rather facing like that, gently you can say, excuse me sir, if I am not selected in this company, absolutely, thank you for taking this interview from me. I would realize my mistakes where I went wrong. I would focus on improving those skills. I would try again. This is how we need to politely, formally give the answer to the interviewer. Next, how do you take failures in your life? We have one proverb in English, failure is the stepping stone of success, or it's a quotation, principles of excellence. But can we say that sentence to this question? No. In the interviewer expects more than that. Interviewer wants us to speak more how we generally took failures in our life, how we take in general. So you can say the answer, I take failures as experiences for further future attempts. So I have done the same in my past. I took all my failures in my life for growth in my life. Because of that, I am here like this today. How it is sound? How does it sound? It sounds so great. It sounds so professional. It is like a very formal way of communicating with the interviewer. In interview, please remember, we are not going to be casual. We are going to be very formal, very professional in our approach. In terms of communication, not only in terms of communication, even in terms of our behavior and presentation also. Right? So now come to this need and nature. They have a one question, why do you want to work for our company? Why do you want to work for our company? Why only Infosys? Why only TCS? Why only Wipro? Why only IBM? Then we get tension. Why means you have openings, I am applying for the job. It is not the answer. That is the reason why in soft skills experts, communication skills experts say that it is not what you are communicating, it is how you are communicating matters most. What do you say doesn't matter, but how you say matters most. So we need to take care of almost 93% of fetching success happens through how do we say. It is not what we say. Right? Now come to this next question. Tenacity of the purpose. Tenacity of the purpose. Like, where would you like to see yourself in 5 years of time? What are your expectations from this company? These kind of questions they ask by tenacity of the purpose. Next, evaluation of your background. Evaluation of your background means your personal profile, educational profile, your extracurricular activities, your milestones in your career or in your studies. All these, your personal hobbies, these kind of things they expect in first question itself. What is the first question in any interview? In any interview, the first question is, tell me something about yourself. But here, people make a lot of mistakes. What do we do? We start narrating about our complete family details, complete our personal details. It is not needed. Actually, the interviewer is expecting and even asking the question, tell me something. Tell me something about yourself. In this question, within a 30 to 45 seconds, you need to present yourself and impress the interviewer. This is where 90% of the people lose the success. Why people get sacked? Because of that reason only. So how to answer this? Tell me something about yourself. Very tricky question. For many people, this is a first stumbling block. So how to overcome that phobia, fear, and we will discuss this frequently asked interview questions. There we will talk about what to say and how to say, what not to say also. Now come to this reaction to pressure. Reaction to pressure means what kind of environment you would like to work in. What are your expectations? What are your expectations from your team leader? What do you do to our company? Under the pressure, how do you perform? Did you ever face typical situations in your previous workplace? If you are an experienced person, if you are a fresher, did you face any typical persons in your life, typical friends? Any consequences because of that? So they ask you that question. Next, vision and visualization. Where would you like to see yourself in 2 years of time? Would you like to work for this company? Why do they ask this question? How long would you like to work for this company? Because whether you will be with the company for long days or not, long years or not. If you are ready to work for the company for long years, then you can say, yes sir, my vision. I mean, sometimes they ask you this question, what are your short-term and long-term goals also? Many people ask this question only to assess whether you will work for the company for long years or not. Even sometimes they ask, what is your dream company you would like to work with? What is your dream job you would like to do in life? These kind of questions they assess. That's what, as you said, behind asking every question there is a reason. It is not just like asking questions and giving the answers all about interview. Next, interest and imagination. So what are your hobbies? Where would you like to see yourself in 10 years of time? What does interest you in the workplace? Who motivates you? What motivates you? What are the factors that really motivate in your workplace? So this kind of questions they ask you to check your imagination and interest. So endurance and empathy and enthusiasm. Endurance means patience. So they ask you some questions again and again only to test your patience. Generally, what do we do as a fresher? If you don't get trained, if you don't get this soft skills training, what happens? We say that, sir, as I told you earlier, I answered these questions. It shows that you are losing the patience, you are losing your cool, and interviewer will think that this person doesn't have patience, tolerance. You need to have endurance. You need to have patience to answer the same question again and again. Is it, sir? Thank you so much for asking again the same question, and this is how I am like this. Next, how enthusiastic you are to work for this company. They ask this question, whether you are interested to work for this company or not. They ask this question, what do you know about this company? What do you know about this company? Do you have any reference in this company? And they may ask you questions, and are you ready to relocate any place in the world? Because we are globally present. We have global presence, so we need the people, those who are ready to rock anywhere in the world. Next, willingness to work in a team. They ask one question, have you ever been as a team leader? Did you ever work in a team? Did you ever work in a team or as a team leader? If you say, yes sir, I did as a team leader during my BTech find your project work, or graduation, find your some extracurricular activities or internal sports and games. I happen to be as a team leader. Then they ask this question: what was your experience as a team leader? What was your experience as a team member? So we need to give them answer like that. So we need to give answers like, yes sir, I have been as a team lead for a week time. I understood the dynamics of human relationship and how to maintain the relationship with the people personally, professionally and socially for a long time, and how to lead the people, how to manage the emotions of the people. See that? All these things you can speak to the interviewer. So these are all the basic intentions of the interviewer, basic parameters of the interviewer they assess. Beyond this, there is another acronym, the basic skills, the basic competencies they expect. What are those basic competencies they expect? Look at this competencies. Basic competencies expected. What are the expected basic competencies? Expected basic competencies are like this. Number one is CIEFLHOD. What does it stand for? C stands for communication skills. In any interview, they expect these basic competencies. Number one, communication skills. Number two, interpersonal skills. Number three, your enthusiasm. Number F stands for flexibility. L stands for leadership skills. H stands for high energy levels. O stands for organizing skills. D stands for decision making skills. And one more is there, C stands for here creativity, and P stands for problem solving skills. So this I call it as a CFL HOD CP. What does it mean? CIEFL HOD CP. Here, communication skills. How well you communicate your thoughts, how well you share your opinions, how well you manage your written and oral. Both communication channels are required for interview in the workplace. Today's dynamic workplace demands, expects from their employees this exceptional, powerful, impeccable written and spoken communication skills. If you are not able to do that, then there is no of use our technical skills. Who knows we have powerful, very thorough knowledge of technical skills unless we express it through our communication, Communication is the only one channel people understand that whether you are knowledgeable or not, whether you are aware of this subject or not, whether you are aware of this technology or not, whether you are aware of the workplace demands or not. Communication is the only one thing which gives you a competitive edge. Communication is money today. Communication is promotion today. Communication is everything in the workplace. No communication, no progress. No communication, no success. No communication, no promotions. No communication, no money at all in the workplace. People treat us, we are worthless. We are less knowledgeable if you don't have good communication skills. So communicate, one of the parameters, one of the basic competencies they expect is communication skills, and second is interpersonal skills. Interpersonal skills means maintaining good relationship with the people personally, professionally and socially. Many people, they get into the relationship but they cannot maintain the relationship for a long time. Many people, they get into the relationship but they break their relationship very quickly because lack of interpersonal skills. So this is most demanding skill the corporate workplace expects after communication skills, these interpersonal skills from the employees. Why? To maintain the productivity, to improve the productivity in the workplace. If we have good relationship with the people, we can enjoy the work, we celebrate the work. Otherwise, we don't feel like coming to office. We don't feel like going to office. We don't feel like working anywhere. That is the reason why people say that people join the companies, they leave their bosses. Because people don't want to leave the company, they leave the only managers because they don't have good relationship with the people. So nurturing, fostering good interpersonal skills in the workplace is very essential, very important. Now, enthusiasm. So you need to have bubbling energy, bubbling enthusiasm to work in the workplace. If you don't have that bubbling energy and enthusiasm, there is no meaning of, there is no life in the workplace, you know. That is the reason why people say, love what you do, love what you do, otherwise do whatever you love. Experts, personality development trainers and soft skills experts, social scientists say that love what you do or else do whatever you love. Nothing great was ever achieved without greatest enthusiasm. Nothing great was ever achieved without great enthusiasm. Right? So enthusiasm is the oxygen for success. Enthusiasm is the oxygen for productivity in the workplace. So you need to have that enthusiasm for the work. That is the reason why interviewers ask this question, why do you want to work for our company? It is just because of you have a degree or you have a skills. It is not like that. You need to have that enthusiasm. Next, flexibility. Flexibility, this is one of the most successful component and element or competency for corporate workplace. Why? Because we need to be more adaptable to the situations and people. If you are not adaptable, if you are not flexible to the situations, according to the situations and people, we fail utterly in the workplace. So flexibility is the best components for any successful people in the world. Take any successful people in the world, they flexed themselves according to the situations and people. See, sometimes we have choice to choose. Sometimes we don't have choice to choose. When we don't have choice to choose, we have to be flexible. Let me give you one example. Do you have a choice? Do you have a chance to choose your CEO? You don't have any option. You don't have any choice to choose your CEO, your manager, your leader, your team leader, your boss. No. You don't have any choice to choose your boss. But boss can choose us. Your CEO can choose you, but you cannot choose your CEO. Did you understand this one? So In that situation, we need to be flexible. The most successful person in the world is who can adapt himself or herself according to the situation or people. We need to be like a water, when the water is pouring into the water bottle, it changes its shape. When you pour water in this bottle, it changes its shape. But if you pour the same water in the vessel, it changes its shape. Be like a water. Even Bruce Lee says that, the very powerful, dynamic, world-class performer, he said, be like a water, be flexible. The more flexible you are, the more successful you are. Next, leadership skills. Leadership skills, for entry level, even today, many people are expecting good leadership skills, good team skills. Sometimes we don't know when the offer comes to lead the team, we should be in a position to lead the team. Yes, sir, I am ready to lead the team. You need to initiate. Initiation is the first quality of any leader. So they will see that initiation skills in your interview process by observing your leadership skills. So leader must have lot of skills. Those skills they expect in you. Next, high energy levels. As I said, high energy level during the interview, they will see on your face. Face is the index of the person. So you need to exhibit that high energy level. Sir, you trust me, believe me, I will rock in the workplace. Every day I add value to the organization. I add value to the people. I add value to my profile. So people pay for our time. Company pays for our intelligence. Company pays for our energy level. Company pays for our contribution. People don't pay just like that. People pay us for value addition. What is the value addition you do on day-to-day basis, regular basis? On the basis of that, companies pay us. It is not about your experience. It is not about your skills. It is not about your something great. It is about the contribution. It is about the value addition. It is about your additional value to the place. Next, organizing skills. So how well you organize yourself. So that is the reason why when we are working for interviews, we need to organize ourselves in such a manner, well groomed, well dressed, packed,